Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is time already for the favorites for the month of May. So yes, as you will see, I wore lots of floral fragrances, some which are quite, let's say, more into the holidays season, summer holiday season, because it was really hot and we had a few colder days, let's say. So you'll see. So my first one is a fragrance that I usually wear for, let's say, more fall season, and this is the last flanker of J'adore. So this is J'adore Infinissime. I really enjoy this one. Oh, let me smell it again. Yeah, really pretty. This is one of my favorite of their flanker. I also have the J'adore L'Or, which is really pretty too. So I have these two. I've never been a fan of the J'adore range, let's say, but since I discovered this one, I really enjoy, and also discovered J'adore L'Or. So these two are really great. I believe L'Absolu also is nice. So yes, these are the three from this range that I really like. And so, okay, so this one basically opens with a beautiful, juicy blood orange. It's a little bit peppery, spicy also. And then you have a gorgeous, creamy tuberose mixed with some other florals. Like, yeah, I get the rose in this one, but indeed you have some jasmine, like in the other J'adore fragrances, and also the ylang ylang, which is really pretty. And behind you have a base of creamy sandalwood. So everything is creamy, well blended. It's really beautiful. I believe lots of women would enjoy this one. Or let's say in general, lots of people who love florals. I believe if you love florals, you have to check this one. My next one is also a beautiful tuberose fragrance. It is French Flower, okay, if you can see it, by Matière Première. So I have this cute little mini to take with me on holidays. And this one is a tuberose that also used the same technique as for J'adore Infinissime. So they are using this technique of enfleurage, which is basically when they put these flowers on grease, let's say, I don't know how you say that, grease, yeah, to extract the smell, let's say, of the flowers. And after that they press this grease, so they remove the flowers, they change it, and they put some other flowers on top, and after that they take the grease and they press it to extract the smell, to get the smell of the tuberose. So to me it's giving something really creamy and pleasing to this tuberose scent, like really smelling really good quality, natural, and also not really indolic. I believe it's something in this extraction technique that is making it less indolic and more creamy. But still, this one is mixed, I believe, with another tuberose, extracted with another technique, the usual one. And still it has lots of character. I really like the way Aurélien Guichard he treats his fragrances, his creations, because he has this, yeah, to me he's a great nose. He really has this quality in the sense that he's able to use ingredients, but only to enhance some aspects of the matière première, yes, the material that he's using. So in that case, this is a tuberose, and he's really emphasizing, yeah, how to say, enhancing the traits of this flower with all the other ingredients that he used. So yes, this is a beautiful tribute, let's say, of the beautiful ingredients that he used. So that was the case also for Radical Rose, and I think it's really the case also for French Flower. So in this one he also uses some spices like ginger to emphasize this spicy, tingling aspect, you know, and greenness. Also, it's a little bit green in this one. The greenness is also given by the tea note that he's using. And what I get the most in the opening is the pear note. So the pear note is really giving something fruity and appealing to the fragrance. Yeah, it's a beautiful tuberose. Yeah, a little downside, let's say, just a little one. There's some ambroxan in this fragrance, so if you don't like ambroxan, it's gonna be maybe a bit hard for you. Honestly, I love the opening. I love the middle side moment of this fragrance, but I have sometimes a little bit let's say I have some issues sometimes with the dry down because of the ambroxan. The ambroxan for me is a note that is really strong to my nose. It can be really bothering and too much to me, and I know it helps with the longevity of the fragrances, but yeah, at some point, if this is the only thing that I can smell, I think it's just a pity. I think that the fragrance was just perfect by itself. I would have appreciated something different in the base, maybe sandalwood, maybe vetiver, I don't know, but yeah, maybe not ambroxan, but still it makes it quite modern, but this is a little bit less my taste when you have this note. Still, this is a really great one. If you love tuberose, yeah, indeed you have to try this one. Okay, we still have lots of fragrances to talk about, so I hope I won't be that long for each of them. But the next one is a new one in my collection, so I reviewed it on my channel, and it is Mylène Rose. Okay, how to put it? I already have lots of fingerprints on it because this bottle they are getting dirty really easily. So this one is the new release by Maison Lancôme. And yes, this is a rose fragrance, of course. So this one is a re-release of another fragrance that they released before. I believe it was I don't remember the exact date, but yes. And this one is a natural version. So the previous version was in a blue bottle, not a blue bottle, but it had a blue juice. I believe they didn't use any color for this one. The rose is natural. It's a Centifolia rose that is coming from their fields in grass, from their domain. And okay, so I was a bit, let's say, I had mixed feelings about this one because I really enjoyed the rose in this one. I enjoyed the quality of the rose. I think it's really great. It smells great. But I think that the top notes that are smelling quite synthetic were not necessary to be added in this fragrance. So on top you have, I think it is pear also and mandarin that I smelled in this one. And yes, I think it was really not necessary to have these synthetic smelling notes on top, which are really strong and are really hiding the beauty of the rose behind to me. So yeah, I would have preferred it to be balanced a little bit differently. And yes, the rose is pretty, but to me, it's not as pretty as the rose in Radical Rose by Matière Première. But still, this is a great one. Quality-wise, yes, I think the rose is great. But still, it's quite expensive. So okay, it's up to you if you want to try it or not, if this is your kind of fragrance. But still, I don't know, I was not expecting something different, you know. I was not expecting much in the sense that their new releases were a little bit disappointing to me. Still, it's a great one. I wore it this month, so I was quite surprised, and it worked really well. When I was wearing it, in the evolution of the fragrance, it was better than when I tried it on skin during my review. So still, this is a good thing. So okay, we'll see. This is maybe something that is maybe too strong for me for that period of the year. So now that it's getting really hot, I think I will be trying it a little bit more for the autumn season. So yeah. My next one is also a Maison Lancôme fragrance, and it is Pivoine Printemps. So of course this is the period to wear this fragrance. This is the name suggested, as the name suggested. But this one, of course, is the peony fragrance. Let me smell it again. Yeah, it's a beautiful peony fragrance. It smells pink to me. It's not too sweet. Yeah, if you compare it to, I don't know which are the other famous peony fragrances, like Delina, for example, which is really fruity, really sweet, really intoxicating. It's not the case with this one. It's a really pretty pink, lighter. It has some sweetness, but not that much, you know. And it's not as fruity. It's maybe has this little fruity touch, but not like in Delina, you know, not at all. So yeah, it's pretty simple in that way, but it's really pretty elegant, easy to wear. Yeah, beautiful peony. The rose is really pleasant. It has some, it's a bit spicy. It has some pepper, pink pepper, I believe in this one. Yeah, I really like it. I really like the rose in this one, and I like this soft rose aspect with this peony accord. So yeah, a really great one. I believe it's one of my best, of my favorite peony fragrance, if it's not the one, because according to my taste, this is one that I really like. My next one was one of my latest acquisition, blind bought of this year, and it is by Guerlain, La Petite Robe Noire Rose Rose Rose. So this one was really a love to me. I really prefer this one to the original version. This is a great flanker. I'm wondering if this is not my favorite flanker. Yeah, maybe with the Perfecto floral version. Yeah, I think so. So I love the rose in this one. They are using 3 types of rose. I believe they have this, is it the Bulgarian one, the Damascena one, and the Turkish rose, the Bulgarian rose, and what is it? Centifolia rose. Yeah, and it's a really fruity, juicy rose. It has some red fruits on top. It has a little violet touch, which makes it a bit vintage. It has this almond note, the vanilla. It's really beautiful. Somehow it reminds me of, let's say, La Petite Robe Noire version that's leaning a little bit into the vintage lipstick vibe that you could have in the French Kiss, without smelling like French Kiss, but you have this kind of vibe in this one. Even if it's sweeter, it's a little bit stickier, but the quality is really beautiful. I really enjoyed the quality in this one. I was really pleased because I'm thinking that more and more Guerlain are putting more effort, let's say, in their regular range, in the quality of the blend and the ingredients. So this is a really pleasant surprise. And also compared to the, let's say, their more expensive collection, I see less and less differences in terms of quality. So yeah, this is a really pleasant surprise because this one indeed is really cheaper. I believe maybe this one I had it for 40-50 euro at that time. So great deal indeed if you can have it for that price. So this is really great. My next one is a soft romantic floral. So this is Souffle de Soie by Dior. This one is so pretty. So I wore this one at some point last month because I wanted to wear rose and I wanted to wear a jasmine, and I couldn't decide if I was getting a jasmine or rose fragrance that day. And I thought, okay, let's take Souffle de Soie because this is a pretty mix of rose, jasmine, and tuberose. And this is so pretty, so feminine, so soft and romantic. I always say that it's making me think, I don't know why, but about how you say, stewardess. You know, in these airplanes, that they have this little scarf tied to their neck, and I feel like this is the kind of fragrances that they could spray, you know, on these scarves. So yeah, really pretty, elegant, soft, feminine. Really love it. Okay, so my next one is one that goes with me the whole summer season, and it is Paris Venise by Chanel. So I love this fresh, citrusy opening. Definitely smells like a Chanel. Yeah, with this explosion of citrus, quite sharp but elegant. A bit spicy. I love the iris in this one. On my skin it's shining during the summer. So this is my iris, let's say my summer iris fragrance. Because iris usually is something that I enjoy more for maybe middle season, like spring or fall. But this is, if I want to wear an iris fragrance for during the summer, this is the one I'm going to. Yeah, and I love also this the base with the vanilla and the tonka bean. So it's so great. It's uplifting and giving me also some good vibes and good working vibes, I say. Smells safe to me, like to go to work. yeah, it's giving me this let's go, let's do the job, quite classy, elegant, and perfect for summer. My next one, it's a travel spray, but I believe at some point I will need a full bottle of this one. And it is Eau de Memo, by Memo indeed. So yeah, you see, I've really enjoyed this one. This is really a pretty one. I believe this may be one of my favorite by Memo. I love again this beautiful citrusy opening with the tea. It's really invigorating, really refreshing, really uplifting. I love the iris behind. On me, the iris is also really present on my skin. This is a note usually when there is iris in the fragrance that is really, really emphasized by my skin, or my skin emphasized this note. So hopefully for me, because I really love iris. And after that you have this leather, which is not really dirty, which is quite soft. But still, it's working really well with the other notes. I have, quite some moss also on my skin, because, on my skin, moss can be a bit bitter, but still, here it's really well balanced. The moss is not too bitter on me. It works really well, perfectly unisex. Love it. Fresh, elegant, a little bit clean also. It smells a bit clean, yeah. Like, out of the shower, but still with some character. Yeah, with this leather note, so yeah, I really like it. This is one usually maybe that I wear also a bit more for middle season, like spring and fall, but still, when it was a little bit colder this month, I really appreciated to wear this one. Okay, my next one is another Chanel, so second Chanel this month, and it is Belle Respiro. So this one smells really fresh and green to my nose. Also another great one, out of the shower, want to smell great, you smell great, yeah. Also completely unisex. I love the greenness in this one. So after that, the greenness here smells also like cut grass, sap of flowers. Yeah, and I have some floral notes behind. So I detect a hint of iris, with a bit of rose and some white florals. Really pretty, this bunch of flowers with the green aspect of the sap of the flowers, the grass. And something really fresh. I believe there's maybe some citruses on top. Or aldehydes, yes, there's a little bit of this sparkling Chanel opening. And the hint of leather. The leather behind is really comforting, like you're wearing your I don't know, your leather jacket. It's giving you this comfort. I really like it. This is one that smells really like spring. It has also this greenness, this freshness that I appreciate when it's a little bit hotter, but not too hot, because of maybe the grass and the leather can be a bit bitter in the heat for my skin at least. But it worked perfectly well, for these days when it's warm but not too hot. So, yeah, a really great one. In the end, I definitely prefer this one to La Pausa. I bought La Pausa a few months ago, and in the end, I'm going back to Belle Respiro. So, really appreciate this one. Okay, so talking about green flowers, my next one is not a surprise, and is a Guerlain. It's Joyeuse Tubéreuse. So, the perfect season to wear this one. Definitely spring. It smells like spring. This greenness again, this sap of the flowers, like freshly cut lilies with some tuberose. You really get the sap of these flowers here, more than the grass feeling, and the beautiful vanilla behind. This is exactly it. So it's really uplifting, it's joyful, of course, as the name suggests, but it's a really joyful lily tuberose fragrance. Yeah, so great. Okay, so my next one is a really solar fragrance. It is Ylang Kananga, well, if you can see it here, by Chloe. So this one, I bought it last year, but it was not the perfect period, let's say, to wear it. So I bought this fragrance when it was released. The first one that I bought was the Narcissus one, and in the end, this is the first one that I'm wearing. This one is the Ylang Ylang one. So this one is supposed to be an Ylang Ylang Soliflor, but yeah, I was really surprised when I smelled it, because I'm used to, you know, Ylang Ylang mixed with some other floors. So when it's not, how let's say, yeah, it's really present in the fragrance, but or there are some spices that are enhancing some facets of the Ylang Ylang. I'm thinking about, for example, Embrun d'Ylang by Guerlain that I really enjoy, and this one is completely different. It's like the first time I smelled it, it's like candied. I thought about candied Ylang Ylang. It has this sweet candied aspect with something citrusy, sparkling, and now it's getting really creamy. So maybe of this, I'm wondering if there's not some other white floors note behind also that are mixed with this one, because somehow it makes me think of, is it a chant for the name, for a bit of Rouge Malekith? So, you know, I have this really also exotic feeling about this one. Maybe there's a hint of vanilla. It's smelling really solar, it's reminding me of going to the beach. It has a little bit of this solar cream aspect to it. But it's so pretty. I really like it. From this collection, in the end, this may be the least original, but this is the one that I really enjoy. I really enjoy wearing it. And yes, I also enjoy the Narcissus one, the Iris one, not that much, but yeah. And this one is really great. If you love Ylang Ylang, yeah, I believe you may enjoy this one. So my next one is really Sunshine, also in the bottle, and it is Amouage Sunshine. So yeah, this one, as I often say, it was not a love at first sniff. It was quite surprising to me, because this is quite complex and unusual. This is a unique fragrance. Definitely there is nothing that smells like this one. So in the opening I had something maybe peachy, apricotty, something fruity. Oh, funny, now I have a hint of almond that I don't always have. Yes, so I had this apricotty aspect and white floor, so I immediately thought about Osmanthus, because after that I got this impression of these floors getting a little bit leathery, like a suede feeling to it. So basically that was it for me. This was this fruity Osmanthus, getting a little bit sweaty. So, and it was really, really beautiful. Smells like great quality. Yeah, so it's getting a little bit almondy from time to time. And yes, I believe there's also some tobacco, but maybe this is the mix of Osmanthus and tobacco that is getting me this suede note. I don't know. But I definitely have that, so yeah. Such a pretty one. Completely unique. It has, I don't know, it smells unique to me. I understand it's polarizing because this is different, but I really, really enjoyed wearing it this month. Yeah, I just love it. It's just uplifting. I just enjoy it. Okay, another solar fragrance, and this one is a flanker of Shalimar. It is Shalimar Souffle d'Oranger by Guerlain. So yeah, I believe now I enjoy this one even more than the the Ylang Ylang one. It's Souffle de Lumière. So this Souffle d'Oranger, I think it's really pretty. So it has this slightly, it has this citrus on top with this orange blossom, neroli. And it's really creamy with this vanilla behind. Completely, yeah, it's a solar fragrance. It smells like spring, summer, really elegant. It has, I believe this is the one that has the less this Shalimar DNA to me. I'm sure you can enjoy this one even if you don't know that this Shalimar, or if you don't love the Shalimar range. If you love creamy solar flowers, you love blood orange. If you love neroli and orange blossom with the idea of getting some vanilla behind, yeah, I think you need to try this one. If it's still available, I think yes. I think they are still selling this one. And indeed, I'm really happy about it because yeah, it's a really great one. Another great one, which is also a citrusy fragrance with some neroli, yes, indeed. It is Orangerie Venise by Armani. So this one has a completely different vibe compared to this one. This one is more like let's say clean, fresh, but a bit it's a bit bitter also at the same time. Let me smell it. Yeah, it has this slight bitterness. Is coming from the tea. I believe there's something like a tea note or green tea note in this one, or mate. You know, I have this impression with the neroli, the citrusy, the oranges maybe on top. It's really great. I love this one, but it's really greener. It's not solar, let's say, in the sense tropical compared to this one with the vanilla. It's not going into the same direction at all. But I really love this one. It's more comforting, fresh, clean, with a bit, yeah, with this, some bitterness. But I really love it. So my next one is let's say one of my favorite citrus fragrances for summer. And it is an Acqua Allegoria. It's Bergamot Calabria by Guerlain. So this one, I believe I've already talked a lot about this one. It's a juicy, sweet bergamot, really refreshing. I just want to drink it or jump into it, I don't know. Like a beautiful lemonade with this spicy note also. I love ginger and cardamom, and indeed they are in here. I love petit grain also. So this is, let's say, they took my favorite notes, my favorite fresh and spicy notes, and they put it in a fragrance. Of course, I love it. I could never be without a bottle of this one. This is indeed my favorite Acqua Allegoria. This is maybe not the one that is the most unique or groundbreaking, but it just smells really great. So I just love wearing it, reapplying it. It's just refreshing and elegant, clean. So great. Just love this one. And yes, for sure you're gonna see it, I believe, for this next month because I'm gonna wear it a lot for summer. Okay, and my last one, I believe I talked about it in my favorites last month and my discoveries, and it is Parade by Celine. So yeah, I bought a travel spray of this one, and you can see I'm just already killing it before the holidays, so let's hope it will be okay until September. And I believe next year I'm gonna buy a bottle of this one because I just love it. So what does it smell? So this one is a clean, neroli fragrance. Smells like I don't know, white shirt in summer, fresh and clean. So you have this bergamot, the neroli. You have also this vetiver note, which is great. Love it. Makes it completely unisex. And basically this is what I smell in this one. I don't smell much, but I have a hint of, yeah, so it has clean, something clean. So I believe there are some musk also behind, but they are not bothering me. You know, musk also is a note that is a bit tricky on my skin. It can smell really bad on me. And this musk that they use here are smelling really great on me. So yeah, so basically it's when it's hot, you just spray it out of the shower and you're good to go. You smell great, clean, fresh, safe one to go to work. Really great. Okay, so now let's talk about my discoveries of the month. So my first one is a fragrance that, by Parfum d'Empire, and it is Equistrius. I don't know. I believe they made a mistake, but it's Equistrius. So, yeah, I didn't know what to expect from this one. I just knew that it was an iris fragrance. So this is what I suspected. And I was really surprised by it, but positively surprised by it. Because, okay, in the opening, it reminded me, I had some Chanel vibe from this one. So I didn't really understand from which fragrance. I thought maybe it reminded me of something like Coco Chanel, Coco Mademoiselle, but with something maybe bitter and green. So I don't know, maybe Bulb Respiro, 1932, Coco Mademoiselle, number 5 Low. I had this impression, this feeling when I sprayed it at first. So this is the first, let's say, stage of this fragrance. And after that, it was as if, let's say, Dior Amour and Dior Homme or Dior Homme Parfum had a baby together. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. So after this citrus, sparkling, almost aldehyde opening that reminded me of a lot of Chanel fragrances, I had a chocolate note that immediately appeared on my skin, and which worked pretty well because I'm not fond of chocolate note, but here it's really well blended and it's working really well with the rest of the notes. And after that I had something like a makeup-y vibe of a mix of iris and violet. So at first I thought about maybe Splendiris, maybe Iris de Nuit, so it reminded me of lots of fragrances that I love. And then I got this powdery aspect of the fragrance that really reminded me of Dior Amour. And in the end I had this slight leathery but more like sweat feel to it, but yes, really comforting, and that gave me, this mix with I believe there's some ambrette, the sweat, the chocolate, the iris, all these notes give me some Dior Homme vibe. So I'm really enjoying it. So I believe this one is a really great surprise. I love this brand. They make great fragrances. Sometimes they are more my taste, sometimes they are less my taste, but they are always great. And I think this one could appear on my wish list because I'm really enjoying it, I spend my time smelling it, I spraying it on my wrist and just spending the time just smelling it, just enjoying it. So I think this is really one that I would enjoy wearing. So I think I would enjoy a bottle of this one. My next one was also a nice surprise. I talked about it in my last video. So this is Click Song by Une Nuit Nomade. So I revisited it, I sprayed it on my hand, and I really enjoyed it. This is a really well balanced amber fragrance with it's really well balanced. I was going to say maybe more vanilla, maybe more, but I don't know. I definitely get vanilla patchouli, but I also get the labdanum. And it's just working really well. I love the balance of this one, the blend of this amber fragrance. This is an amber fragrance to me that is quite easy to wear, I believe. So, even if you're not into amber fragrances or you find them too harsh or because of the patchouli, sometimes it is quite earthy. But this one is really round. I was going to say round, yes. Baumy. It's a baumy one. So I still have the little card. I resprayed it because I just had dry down. So these are the notes if you're interested in this one. But to me, basically, it smells like an amber fragrance, but a really nice one. Okay, and my next one, you can't see it, but I talked about it in my last video also. It is the Terre d'Hermès Eau Givrée. So also I really enjoy it. I love this opening with is it grapefruit or... I have some citrus, some grapefruit. But the citruses are quite realistic. I really enjoy them. And I really love this juniper note with it because, I love citruses. I love juniper, so for sure it was quite safe for me. It could be a safe blind buy, I would say. Have less of this woody, earthy aspect of the vetiver in this one. More some woody notes behind. So... it's less edgy, I would say, that Terre d'Hermès. It doesn't have the same, classiness, the same, I was not vintage, but, classy feeling to it, because to me, Terre d'Hermès is a great classic. But still, I think this would be a great one for summer. I still don't know if I prefer this one to the Intense Vetiver version that I really enjoyed. I don't know. If I had to choose between the Intense Vetiver for summer and this one, which one I would choose? I really enjoy both. Let's say that the Intense Vetiver, you can find maybe lots of dupes of this one because basically grapefruit and vetiver, it has been done and redone excessively. But yeah, also citrus fragrances, but I don't know. Still, if I had the choice to go for citrus fragrances, maybe I would go more for, bergamot, Calabria, or I don't know, even, yeah, Celine, it has some vetiver in this one. Neroli vetiver works really well. I don't know. But still, I like it. So I think I will just decant it, put it in a little sprayer and enjoy it during the summer and see how it goes. My next one, which was a pleasant surprise, was the new flanker of Habit Rouge, so Habit Rouge L'Instinct. So, yeah, they revisited this one with a note of cannabis. So I'm usually not a huge fan of the note of cannabis because it can be quite bitter and smells quite bad on my skin. But in this one, I love the mix with this note, with the patchouli, with the vanilla, the leather, everything worked perfectly well together. It's quite safe to wear. It's not also, I think I could wear this one. I really enjoyed it. But it just made me want to revisit the original one because this is one that I smelled a long time ago. And now I want to retry the original one. So maybe, I will enjoy the original more and think, okay, no, this flanker is shit. I don't know, sorry. But so far, I really enjoy this one. So, I don't know, it just makes me more curious to smell again the original one. So, yeah, somehow it's a good thing, no? Yeah. And the last one so far it is BDK. So this is Gris Charnel, the new version, the extract version. So I was not a great fan of the first version, but I really enjoyed this one. I believe I love also this cardamom note that they added to this one. So this, you still have the fig and the sandalwood, but I also have something smoky here that I really enjoyed. It's making, I don't know, it's creating an edge to it that I really enjoy. And with this, this spicy cardamom, with this smoky note, and the thing, I don't know, I think it's just better. I'm still a bit worried to try it on skin. I've not tried it on skin yet because I'm just afraid that the sandalwood is not working on me, but so far so good. I think it's a better one than the previous version, so yeah, if you have not tried this one and you had some issue with the previous one, so maybe this one would be great for you. Okay, so these were my favorites for the month of May. That's a lot, again, sorry about this long video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you've been wearing for the month of May, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!